Sam Altman said that GPT-5 has a PhD level in writing code, and while some developers have had that experience, a lot of people have not. Some even say it's not better than 4.0, but that can't be right. It smashes all the benchmarks. Well, in this video, we're going to go through 3 benchmarks you need to know about to check if an LLM is good at coding. You'll also hear my reason as to why GPT-5 hasn't felt like an upgrade to a lot of people. So grab a drink, hit subscribe, and let's get into it. Let's first talk about SWE-Bench, which stands for the Software Engineering Benchmark and gives a model over 2,200 real GitHub issues to solve from 12 or 17 popular open source Python repositories. But you may be thinking, won't a model score better if it has clearer issues to solve? This is where SWE-Bench Verified comes in, which contains 500 high-quality human verified tasks. So GPT-5 on a fixed subset of 477 tasks with a one-try success rate and thinking scores almost 75%. And Opus 4.1 scored 74.5 on the full set of tasks. But this isn't a fair model comparison because of the different number of tasks completed and the different agent infrastructure as well as the tools available. So we'll look at the official SWE leaderboard, which shows that using the mini SWE agent, Claude 4 Opus gets a 67.6% score, GPT-5 with medium reasoning gets a 65% score, and Claude 4 Sonnet gets a 64.93. If we click on Bash only to see the full test, which if I'm correct contains the full 2,294 tasks and all the Bash only results use the mini SWE agent, then we can see that Claude 4 Opus is at the top, followed by GPT-5, followed by Claude 4 Sonnet. Next is the Ada Polygot benchmark, which focuses on 225 questions based on Exercism's hardest coding problems from these 6 languages, which is where Polygot comes from, multiple languages. The official leaderboard hasn't been updated with GPT-5 yet because Paul, the maintainer, is on half vacation, which he deserves, but we can see that O3 scores the highest at almost 85%. Claude 4 Opus performs better with thinking than without at 72%. And OpenAI claim that GPT-5 with thinking scores 88% at a 2-attempt pass rate, which is believable if O3 Pro got almost 85%, which is insane. But to make things fair, let's wait for Ada to actually verify these results and add it to their leaderboard. Finally, let's talk about LiveCodeBench, which continuously collects questions from LeetCode, @Coder, and Codeforces to evaluate models with. LiveCodeBench version 6 contains over 1,000 coding problems categorized into easy, medium, and hard. But unlike other coding benchmarks that give models a similar set of questions, LiveCodeBench filters out questions based on their training cutoff date to see how they perform on unseen problems. And it also measures based on different type of questions like code generation, self-repair, and test output prediction. While there aren't any LiveCodeBench stats for GPT-5 on the OpenAI website, Vald AI puts GPT-5 Mini on top for its performance and speed above GPT-5 and Claude 4 Opus, and even though the official LiveCodeBench leaderboard isn't up to date, it still puts O4 above Claude Opus. So after going through all those benchmarks, it's clear that GPT-5 scores really high. So why do different people have different experiences with it? Well, while GPT-5 is an upgrade to all of OpenAI's previous models, the GPT-5 system is ultimately a mixture of all those models with a really clever real-time router instead of a single model. So it will essentially analyze a prompt and route it to the best model in real time based on its analysis. Which means if you're used to using a really powerful coding model for simple tasks, there is a chance you might find GPT's responses a bit underwhelming. Because if you give a really simple task to a powerful coding model, it may complete that task and do a few other things you weren't expecting, while if you give that same prompt to GPT-5, it will reroute it to a simpler model, which will just give you the answer and not do anything extra. Well, that's just my opinion, don't attack me in the comments for that. But this may also be why GPT-5 is so cheap. Of course, the team at OpenAI are always working on improving the router so that you get the best response no matter the prompt. Anyway, back to benchmarks. I know there are others like human eval and most basic programming problems, but it's difficult to find an up-to-date leaderboard from this benchmark with all the popular models. But what do you think? Do you trust these benchmarks and leaderboards? Do you have your own benchmarks, or do you just go with your gut? Let me know in the comments. Again, don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, happy coding.